By authority of the Senate of this university, I confer upon you, Arran Stephens, the title and degree of Doctor of Education, honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. Stephens.
So, Dr. Stephens, I now invite you to address the convocation.
Thank you. Haichika. With deepest gratitude, we receive this unsought, esteemed honor from the University of Victoria. As it was mentioned earlier, our family farm, Goldstream Berry Paradise, was located just north of here. Growing up, Dad taught me to always leave the soil better than you found it. And from Mom, a love of nature's fragile beauty. Using compost, seaweed, mulch, toil, and innovation, the farm produced bountiful harvests, organic before we knew the name. My older brother, Godfrey, here today, in his teens was taken under the wing of master carver, Chief Mungo Martin. Godfrey's artistic genius is a local and national treasure. In '57, Paradise was sold and turned into a parking lot. Sounds like a song by Joni Mitchell. We cannot change the past, but we can change the future through our actions. My lessons in art and later in business, now in art again, came not by rote, but by doing, by falling and rising repeatedly. Success is a failure that never gave up. I've always been a seeker and questioner. In '67, I spent 7 extraordinary transformative months in India, meditating and traveling with a great sage, Sant Kirpal Singh. From him I learned the salt of life is selfless service, the water of life, universal love, the fragrance of life, generosity, the pivot of life, meditation, the goal of life, self-realization. Upon returning to Vancouver, I continued learning and committed to making a difference. Down to just $7 and a small loan, I started Canada's first natural vegetarian restaurant based on the premise of service to the greater good. The little seed grew. Unwittingly, but willingly, I and a handful of other like-minded young idealists across the continent pioneered the organic and natural food industry. It was time. There's a saying, many are called, but a little twist on that, few choose to be chosen. I returned to India for another 6 months, and quite astonishingly, in 1969, had an arranged marriage and fell in love in that order. Ratna has been my partner in all things, one soul in two bodies. In 71, we started Canada's first organic supermarket in Vancouver, 4th and Burrard, co-founded North America's first organic trade association, Organic Merchants, and in 1990, opened North America's first certified organic cereal company. Together, we built Nature's Path and a family, 4 talented children, Shanti, Gurdeep, Jyoti, and Arjun. They carry forward the vision that we have today. 7 grandchildren followed, 2 of whom are here today, Christoph and Isha. We are immensely grateful for them, our 750 team members, the thousands who have worked with us over the decades, and to our loyal suppliers and customers. It was daughter Gurdeep who, in 2011, donated half her liver to me when I was at death's door, that I might live on. Without her, I would not be here today. Gurdeep, you're somewhere here. Thank you. Stand. Stand, please. From Dad, Sir Albert Howard, and by digging, I learned the value of soil fertility. Soil is a bank. What is extracted must be replaced, or it becomes barren. Current GMO chemical agriculture is running perilously on credit, teetering towards bankruptcy while exacerbating climate change. Climate chaos, let me correct that. Early on, I saw clear connections between healthy soil, body, and planet. Links between vitality and longevity. Food as medicine. From Rachel Carson, the world was alerted to the disaster of toxic pesticides and petroleum fertilizers on wildlife and environment. And from Vandana Shiva, a banner cry, the currency of nature is not money, it is life. For more than 5 decades, we've quietly advocated a compassionate diet, an important change anyone can make for the planet. We've stood up loudly against the status quo. Oil pipelines, GMOs, pollution, logging old-growth forests, and the Peace River Dam, while begging governments for clean energy solutions. We must remember that the purpose of power is to protect. Our 3 production facilities are zero-waste certified. Legend, our 2,000-hectare farm, was first to receive regenerative organic certification. That's the least we could do. Seeds planted in the 60s grew and morphed into Nature's Path. Today, we're one of many who make up a global movement, employing over 3.1 million farmers and 72 million hectares, and that's just the beginning. We've used our enterprise to advocate, to educate, to generate opportunities while feeding the hungry and protecting the endangered. Giving back is a form of loving gratitude for what has been given. Giving closes an otherwise incomplete circle. When we kick off into the great permanence, Hopefully, we'll have left the earth better than we found it, that we found her, while what remains of us becomes compost for the next generations. And I'll close now with a few lines from one of Dad's many songs. Dad was not just a farmer, but a very gifted songwriter. I'll just sing a few lines. And across the plain, my yellow grain lies restless as the sea. How could this all be given to a guy like me? To fill the need, I sowed the seed, and now repaid I'll be. How could this all be given to a guy like me? The seasons change with splendor. My ceiling is the sky, the earth my master, cruel and tender. Happy man am I. And further, he says, this earth is ours to have and hold, the dust beneath our feet. We have these hands to cherish it, to help the hungry eat. I know that on the summer's dust, the steam of rain is sweet. And when I'm weary, old, and worn, I know that I can say, I'll pass it on to other hands, more fertile than today. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Dr. Stephen, for your very insightful, thoughtful, thought-provoking, and inspirational remarks. And I think setting a new bar for future speakers to actually break into song. So thank you for that. Okay. Ratana. Come and stand. If you could just stand and face the crowd right now, that'd be great. Okay, thank you. Madam Chancellor, I now ask on behalf of the Senate of this university that you confer Ratana Stephens the title and degree of Doctor of Education, honoris causa.
By the authority of the Senate of this university, I confer upon you, Ratana Stephens, the title and degree of Doctor of Education, honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. Stephens.
Fantastic. And now you can go to the podium with your speech, and I'll introduce you. Dr. Stephens, I now invite you to address the convocation.
One of my favorite poems is by Robert Frost, called The Road Not Taken. And you know the one. It begins, 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. It is a beautiful poem that speaks to the choices we make in life. I want to tell you briefly about the road I chose and the paths that shaped me. First of all, let me tell you how honored Arran and I are to be here today. Thank you to the Madam Chancellor, the President, the Senate, faculty, and all those who thought us worthy of such recognition. I would also like to personally thank our lovely daughter Gurdeep and our 4 children for all of their support. To receive this doctorate is a humbling culmination of the love and respect we have for the University of Victoria. I was born in undivided India. When India and Pakistan partitioned, my parents became refugees, and I was raised by my grandmother. There was not much money, but there was plenty of love. Love is nourishing. I was taught to believe in myself, even at a time where women faced and still face an uphill battle for equality. Thanks to a scholarship and a bursary, I was able to attend university and obtain master's degree in English literature. It was my dream to get my PhD in psychology, but I was financially unable to continue my studies. Instead, I took a job as a lecturer at Women's College. In 1969, I met and married an incredible man named Arran, and we moved to Vancouver to start a family. I began working at Arran's restaurant, which was Canada's first vegetarian restaurant. Every day we worked hard, honored our values, and became more committed to sustainable food sources. In 1971, as Arran has pointed out before me, nearly a decade earlier, or before Whole Foods, we opened Canada's first natural and organic food store. In 1985, we came to a point where 2 more roads diverged. We left the restaurant and retail store behind, and the road we chose became Nature's Path. Today, Nature's Path is the largest independent, certified organic breakfast cereal and snack food company in North America. We are 100% family-owned. We are deeply invested in regenerative organic agriculture across North America and proud to share our products worldwide. Love is still nourishing. At Nature's Path, it is our mission to always leave the earth better than you found it, as Arran's father drilled into his son. To today's graduates, if I can share any words of wisdom, let these 3 thoughts be always with you. Be different. Understand what is unique about you and carve your own path. Gravitate to where your uniqueness is celebrated, and you will find others who travel in the similar direction. Be purpose-driven. I encourage you to be ambitious, but ambition without compassion is meaningless. We may be individuals, but we are all on the same journey. And on that journey, always remember number 3, be resilient. Every road has its own challenges. Keep your heart as open as your mind. Be strong and stay kind. Give good hugs, but not during the COVID. And no matter what happens, always honor your purpose. We are all here to do good. Robert Frost's poem ends with these lines. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Whichever road you choose, I ask that you now make a difference how you live your lives. As a woman, an immigrant, and a Canadian citizen, I remain proud of the road I have chosen, blessed by what I continue to discover along the journey, and so very honored to be receiving this degree. Thank you. I leave you today with this Sanskrit verse. Astoma sadgamaya, tamsoma jyotirgamaya. From ignorance, lead me to truth. From darkness, lead me to light. Thank you. Good luck to you all. Congratulations.